This hotel right here was called the Blue Moon. This was a $50,000 a day spot where junkies and hookers and all kinds of people came to get their fix. And drug dealers would set up shop in here, and make money. People would bring their the hoes here to get it, to get their shit off real quick. But this was nestled right here in the center of the ghetto. All kinds of diseases and money and destruction and stuff was being done here. I mean, when you come here, they would have the porn on it. It was just crazy in this joint, man. And it went on for years before the police came and shut this place down. But this was the Blue Moon. That's right here, right? That's right here in the heart, or in the back of West Philadelphia, man. Right here on the back block. I'm standing outside of 57th and Malcolm here in Southwest Philadelphia. In the 80s and 90s, this was a $40,000 a day block every day. I remember growing up before crack came out. This was a block of mom and dads. We would be outside playing. We'd be outside having fun, and the elders would come home from work. They would give us cookies. We would play hopscotch on the block. We would king ball. We would do all kinds of things. Around about 85, crack hit. And when crack hit, we didn't know anything about gentrification and crime in the community and drugs. It brings the property value down. These are things that we didn't fully understand yet. And we knew that you had gentrification in other eras, across America. But here in Philadelphia, as I'm standing on this block, I remember, all the murders, the shootings, all the drugs that was being sold. And the property in this area plummeted. It wasn't worth anything. Now they're gentrifying this area, all in Southwest Philadelphia, and these homes are worth $200,000 and $300,000 now. These are like Matchbox homes, 3-bedroom, 2-story, 3-bedroom homes now. There was a period of time when these homes were crack shacks. And the question that I often ask when you ride through West Philadelphia, Southwest Philadelphia, some of the worst communities in America, some of the most dangerous communities in America. As I said, during the 80s, when we were averaging 400 and 500 homicides a year, almost 3,000 people shot. These blocks, as you see as we ride through these communities, were some of these blocks were $100,000 a day blocks. The block that I'm standing on as I'm talking was a $40,000 a day block, but the very next block over was a $50,000 a day block, and the block 2 blocks away from that was another $40,000. There was almost $200,000 a day within a 4-block radius in this area, man. And the property values was very cheap. And what happened was a lot of the drug dealers was buying up the property at one time. And when indictments start coming around, what I figured out and understood was the feds wasn't indicting the drug dealers for selling drugs or committing murders. They was indicting these drug dealers because they were property owners. And they understood that when gentrification come through, these property owners that may have owned 20, 25 of these houses, they would be worth $200,000 to $300,000 a piece. So they started to gentrify. They started to gentrify these areas, and in gentrifying them, you start seeing sweeping indictments, crews being locked up all over Southwest and West Philly, and all of a sudden you start seeing Russians and Asians and Jewish homeowners come in. And I often said with Dag, man, a lot of our people, we don't vote, we don't go and get into local politics to understand zoning laws and who can set up shop in your community. In the black community, we got all the education today. We got doctors, lawyers, judges, economic strategists. In black cities like Philadelphia, Baltimore, DC, why aren't we gentrifying our own communities? The drug dealers at some point started to buy the property. They started to buy the property, but they were vulnerable because, like I said, the city and the state could just come and arrest them. But you have affluent black people here in the communities that we've been here forever. They're not buying the community. Now we're being pushed out. The rent is what at one point you used to be able to get a 2-bedroom apartment for $750 with a garage. You used to be able to get a 3-bedroom home for $1,000 a month. Now with gentrification, and it's not us gentrifying our communities, black people can't afford to live in these communities no more. So once crack hit, You had the decent people that was held captive by the crime in the community. Now the decent people can't even afford to live in their own communities because we failed to gentrify our own communities. So now some of these communities that was the worst in America, you got white people walking down the street, walking their dogs. They're setting up 3-story condos right smack dab in the middle of the hood, right smack dab in the middle of the ghetto. It's being set up. And here I am as a 47-year-old black man standing here on a block that in 1999, this block was a $40,000 a day block here in Philadelphia. Now it's quiet. Now it's quiet. You see nobody out here. No white people driving up the block to buy drugs. Nobody standing outside with guns. Just quiet. But the block is being gentrified. They're rebuilding the houses. But the people that's gentrifying the blocks don't look nothing like us. Nothing like us. This was an all-black neighborhood. You had to drive at least 2 miles or whatever away from here to see a white person. It was only black people. Not no more. Not no more. And as we ride through, and you see, you see these communities all throughout West Philly, they being gentrified. Philadelphia is one of the blackest cities in America, man. With it's probably about 900,000 black people here in Philadelphia, man. It's no excuse in 2023 why we're living in the conditions that we're living in. It's no excuse for it. It's no excuse at all. But these are the things. These are the things that go on, man, in the communities that we come from, and it's a sad thing, man. It's a sad thing. And this is not just Philadelphia. This is Baltimore. I guarantee you, there's a brother or sister in Baltimore that can do the same video on one of the blocks down there in Baltimore, on Saratoga Street, Pennsylvania Avenue, Pratt Street, on any one of those blocks down there. They can do the same video. It happens. It happens. If you go to Washington, D.C., you'll see the same thing. You'll see the same thing. So now in the next 10 years, on my block that I grew up on, how many black people are going to live on this block in the next 10 years? Now, see, we didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have the knowledge today that I have now. We didn't understand. But this is why they put the drugs in the hands of young people, because they know that they don't have the knowledge. And then you can get them out of here, and then other groups can come and swoop in and take and become the millionaires off of owning the property, owning the blocks. We have to really get ourselves together if we talk about reparations, if we talking about developing ourselves, man. We have to understand that owning the property and owning the communities that you live in is money. It's economic power and it's political power. And if you're not trying to get that, and you're just running to live up under white folks while they're leaving the suburbs and they're coming back to the cities. Because remember, the ghettos in every major metropolitan across America is about a mile from the center city areas, and that's where we lived. So anywhere you live that's in close proximity to center city, the property value is going to be higher. Property value is going to be higher, and we like to do the videos where we speak on the real, man. We come down to the blocks where it's happening at, where it's popping at. And like I said, this block now is nothing like it was. If you'd came through here in the 90s, it'd have been 1,000 people out here, loud. All the elders of the communities that watched us grow up, man, we was disrespecting the hell out of them, man, and not just verbally, but just doing the stuff we was doing in front of them for them to see it. But we didn't know but we were young, man. We were young. We would get money riding around in Corvettes and NSXs and Jaguars and Lexus Coupes, SC400s and everything, man. Like I said, Target Top NSXs. Because the money was there. That's what our hand called for. But we didn't know what the future would entail. So I'm giving warning to brothers out there, man. Be careful when you buying up these properties, because these other immigrant groups, they go to city council and they get city council and the feds on you to come get you out the way, because black empowerment is illegal. Black dysfunction is profitable for everybody else. Black empowerment will only not be illegal when we come together and become a we. and understand how this thing works. Understand how this machine works, man. Man, listen, make sure y'all leave y'all comments in the comment section, man. Listen, brothers and sisters can relate, man, in black cities across America, man. We supposed to own all of this, man. This is supposed to be ours. Not for somebody else to come for the taking, to come take it from us. We supposed to have the knowledge. You know all the basketball players, you know all the reality TV shows, you know all those players, you know all the songs to these people lyrics. But you don't understand how the taxes work. You don't know how to go buy a house. You don't understand zoning laws. You don't understand nothing within the municipality that you live in. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. And you wonder as black people why we're in the position that we're in now. And you wonder why our kids are continuing to kill each other and we have no remedy for it. Because we have no power, no economic or political power. Because we refuse to take control of our own communities, man. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to Street Media TV. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.